Hidden beneath the rainforest floor, where layers of fallen leaves hide a world few creatures ever see, lives one of nature's most misunderstood predators. The tarantula spends nearly its entire life inside a carefully built burrow or quietly moving beneath the forest litter. It has no need to chase its prey across long distances. Instead, it relies on patience, waiting silently for the perfect moment. For most of the day, this giant spider remains almost invisible, becoming just another part of the forest itself. Hana tarantula doesn't rely on sharp eyesight to hunt. Instead, thousands of tiny sensory hairs covering its legs detect even the slightest vibration. Every step nearby sends a signal through the ground. Long before its prey comes into view, the spider already knows exactly where it is. It waits perfectly still until the perfect moment to strike. When the perfect moment finally arrives, the tarantula explodes into action with astonishing speed. In less than a second, it lunges forward, grabs its prey with powerful legs, and drives its venomous fangs deep into the victim. The venom quickly begins to paralyze the struggling insect, leaving it unable to escape. Every successful hunt is not a matter of strength alone, but the result of extraordinary patience, perfect timing, and millions of years of evolution. But tonight, another visitor enters the scene. A tiny, narrow-mouthed frog quietly emerges from the darkness, making its way across the damp forest floor. Compared to the giant tarantula, it looks incredibly small and completely defenseless. Every step brings it closer to one of the rainforest's most feared predators. If nature follows its usual rules, this little frog shouldn't survive for more than a few seconds. Yet, it keeps moving forward without the slightest sign of fear. The giant tarantula waits patiently at the entrance of its burrow, guarding the place it calls home. Then a tiny frog appears only a few centimeters away. To almost any predator, this would be an easy opportunity. Yet the spider doesn't strike. The little frog doesn't run. For a brief moment, the hunter and the tiny visitor remain perfectly still, creating a scene that seems to defy everything we expect from nature. And then, nothing happens. The giant tarantula makes no attempt to attack. The tiny frog remains exactly where it is, showing no sign of fear. For a predator capable of overpowering much larger prey, this behavior seems almost impossible to explain. Yet this is no accident. Encounters like this have been observed repeatedly in the wild, challenging one of nature's most familiar rules, that every meeting between a predator and a smaller animal must end in a hunt. This isn't a chance encounter. The tiny frog is a regular visitor, sharing the same shelter as the giant spider. Instead of treating the frog as prey, the tarantula simply allows it to stay. For years, scientists have documented similar partnerships between burrowing tarantulas and certain species of tiny frogs. It is one of the most unusual relationships ever discovered in the rainforest, where two animals that should be enemies quietly live side by side. Hidden beneath the rainforest floor, the tarantula's burrow is more than just a shelter. It is also a nursery where eggs and young spiderlings must survive in a world filled with tiny predators. Ants and other small insects constantly search for food, and an unprotected egg sac could quickly become an easy target. Every day, the mother tarantula must defend her home against threats that are often too small for us to notice. This is not friendship in the way humans understand it. Neither animal is acting out of kindness. The frog gains a safe place to hide from its own predators, while the tarantula may benefit from having a tiny hunter that removes ants and other small insects near its burrow. Both survive a little better by sharing the same home. In nature, cooperation often exists for one simple reason: it works. Neither the frog nor the spider understands the idea of friendship. They simply follow instincts that have been shaped over millions of years. One finds shelter. The other gains an unexpected helper against tiny intruders. In the rainforest, survival often depends on relationships that seem impossible at first glance. And this remarkable partnership is one of nature's finest examples. After millions of years of evolution, nature still finds new ways to surprise us. A giant hunter and a tiny frog dot, not friends, not family, just two lives that discovered a way to survive together. In the rainforest, even the smallest creatures can teach us the greatest lessons. Nature never stops surprising us.